Hello class, what's up? It's Raj here. So today we are discussing about the class 10, that's chapter 7, that is known as how do organism reproduce. So in this chapter we are talking about class reproduction. So first topic is our class reproduction. What do I mean by it? So process by which organism produces the new individuals, that particular process is known as class reproduction and the essential for continuity of the species including out there. So in this topic we are knowing that class, the process by which organism produces the new individuals, द प्रोसेस द पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस. सो एक ऐसा प्रोसेस क्लास जिसमें ऑर्गेनिज्म अपना नया ऑफिस स्प्रिंग को प्रोड्यूस करता है क्लास, दैट इज नॉन एज रिप्रोडक्शन. अपने जैसा या अपने से डिसिमिलर भी हो सकता है क्लास. एसेंशियल फॉर कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ स्पीसीज, और ये जो स्पीसीज एक जनरेशन से दूसरे जनरेशन में जा रहे हैं क्लास, सो द कंटिन्यूटी इज go through via the process that is known as reproductions are there. After that class, we are talking about the DNA copying. What do you mean by it, the DNA copying? So first of all, DNA is the blueprint of the body design. If you're talking about the DNA copying, DNA is the blueprint of the body design and the copying is not exact. Okay, the copy is not exact, not similar at that particular time are there, so leading to a variation. So we can see there is a variation out there. मतलब DNA copying में क्या है ना, variation होता है क्लास. ऐसा नहीं कि आपका DNA या अदर्स का DNA क्लास क्या होगा, आपका सेम होगा. Man, but video is continuity right now. So we are knowing that class. So variations, what do you mean the variation? If you're talking about the variations, small differences in offspring help survival and evolution. So what is the differences in the offspring? You know that class, this will help the survival and evolution. वेरिएशन, फॉर एग्जांपल एक जनरेशन है क्लास, वो स्पीड दौड़ सकता है, दूसरा जनरेशन है उसका दिमाग भी अच्छा, वो स्पीड दौड़ सकता है. सो आप देख सकते हैं क्लास कि दोनों जनरेशन में F1 और F2, जनरेशन 1 एंड जनरेशन 2, तो दोनों के बीच में डिफरेंस कितना है. एक जनरेशन के पास एक क्वालिटी है ऑफ स्प्रिंग में और दूसरे ने डेवलप कर रखा उसी क्वालिटी को. ठीक है. सो जनरेशन बाय जनरेशन द क्वालिटी एंड द वेरिएशन वी कैन सी. Small differences, a large differences, whatever say in the offspring out there, and the basics of the survival and evolution including out there. That's it. Next class, we're talking about the asexual reproduction. क्या होता है sexual reproduction? The single parent, no gametes, offspring are identical, that is known as clone. So these are things are known as asexual reproductions. asexual reproduction का खास बात ये होता है क्लास की सिंगल पेरेंट होते हैं उसमें और कोई गैमेट नहीं होता है, और जो ऑफ स्प्रिंग है जो बच्चा रहेगा वो सिमिलर रहेगा पेरेंट्स का, हो बहु एग्जैक्ट कॉपी रहता है. और अगर किसी चीज़ का एग्जैक्ट कॉपी लिविंग के अंदर में होता है क्लास, उसको हम लोग क्लोन बोलते हैं. क्लोन का एक डेफिनेशन है क्लास, अब चाहे तो आप नोट कर सकते हैं, मैं बता दे रहा हूँ. द मॉर्फोलॉजिकल एंड जेनेटिकल सिमिलर ऑर्गेनिज्म दैट इज नोन एज क्लोन. सो these all are come under in the sexual reproductions. We can know that class what is the modes. If you're talking about the modes come in the sexual reproduction, first we call class fission, that is known as amoeba. Fragmentation, that is known as spirogyra. Regeneration, that is known in planaria. Budding, that is known as yeast. Vegetative propagation, potato bryophyllum. Spore formation, that is come in the rhizopus. So these are the modes that include in the asexual reproductions of there. We can know that class. So next, asexual reproduction. What do you mean by the asexual reproduction class? So sorry, sexual reproduction. Two parents involve the gametes produces the variation, that is known as the sexual reproduction. There is a nidification of the male gamete and the female gamete. When the both are combined class, that make the gamete into the zygote. ओके, एंड द प्रोसेस नोन एज क्लास द फर्टिलाइजेशन. जो प्रोसेस होता है क्लास उसको हम लोग फर्टिलाइजेशन कहते हैं. और इसमें क्या होता है क्लास का मेल और फीमेल गैमेट दोनों मिलता है क्लास. सो इन्वॉल्व गैमेट्स एंड प्रोड्यूस वेरिएशन, और इसके अंदर में क्लास क्या होता है, वेरिएशन प्रोड्यूस होता है क्लास. सो दिस आर नोन एज सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन. नेक्स्ट हम लोग बात करते हैं क्लास रिप्रोडक्शन इन प्लांट्स का. तो रिप्रोडक्शन इन प्लांट्स की बात करें क्लास तो क्या होता है, पॉलिनेशन, फर्टिलाइजेशन, seed and fruit formation. So these thrice are come under in pollination, fertilization, seed and fruit formation. Seed और fruit formation इसके अंदर में होता है. These things are come under in the reproduction in plants. Next class, if you're talking about human reproduction, what do you mean the human reproduction? This include puberty, that is in a male and female system. Okay, fertilization, menstruations and the placenta. Okay, these three things including are there, including puberty in a male. So there is a age of puberty in male very different as compared to the female. So we are knowing the after that, and the fertilization system, menstruations, and the placenta, including in the human reproductions out there. After that, reproductive health. If you're talking about the reproductive health, what do you mean by it class? The contraceptives, just like condoms, pills, copper T surgery, STDs, HIV, syphilis, and gonorrhea. So these are common the reproductive health. So these are the name of the contraceptives, and this is the name of the STDs. Okay. So next, key differences. Asexual reproduction is the one parent, there is no variation. Sexual reproduction, two parents, variations are present. So these are the difference between them. And for the quick revision, DNA copying causes the variation. Okay, you know that class, when DNA copying and then causes the variation. And the pollination is not fertilization. If you're talking about the pollination is not a fertilization. So humans show internal fertilization. If you're talking about the humans show internal fertilization. So these are that. Thank you so much guys. Please like, subscribe, share my channel how much you can. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.